Hey, well, welcome everyone to week 6 of the spring 2021 season of the Corporate Esports Association Starcraft 2 League. And you are watching SC Tuesdays today, where we will be broadcasting a match between, of course, the home team, the Red Hatlings, and they will be playing the Alexa Painforest from Amazon. My name is Big Tasano. We have our observer and showrunner here, Dan Glam, running the show. And I have two co-casters. Why don't you introduce yourself?
Yeah, so I am the one, the only Patch, who has decided to make a little bit of a return this season. If I can get a couple castings in, and with us, we also have the one, the only
Mr. Sleep, who will actually be playing later today. So we will see how that goes. I will not be casting as I play because I cannot do two things at once.
We entertain the idea of him casting during his game to get those instantaneous thoughts from his brain.
Yeah.
But probably against the rules.
You can't do two things at once. Why are you playing StarCraft again?
Well, just watch. You'll know why I don't really play StarCraft. I'm a filler. I'm a filler for the much better players on our team.
I don't know about that. There is a legendary Kevin game that anyone who's a longtime fan of our stream will know about.
Yeah, I'm living off the glory of a 3-year-old match. This is true.
we pretty much all are in this game at this point.
Yeah.
It's yeah. It sounds like we are just waiting. One of our players is getting ready, and the lobby link will be coming up shortly. But you meanwhile got to watch the hype video, and Dan Glam's just getting the map information up, so everybody can learn about what we're going to have today.
And depending on how sensitive our mics are, you're hearing weather alerts going off on our phones.
Oh yeah, that's actually critical information. You don't want to be washed away in a tornado while you're watching StarCraft.
That is true.
Okay, so it's definitely bad form. Patch, did you get the lobby link?
I have not gotten the lobby link yet.
Let me make sure you're here before he. I just invited you. There you go. He's here. Cool.
In the chat lobby. Was in the game lobby. Anyway.
Yeah.
So we have Centos versus Shmatu.
Yes. Which is a PVT. And actually, this is probably our most evenly matched game of the day in terms of, MMR. Centos, I think, is in the mid 3,000 range, as is his opponent. And so, yeah, it should be a really good game.
Yeah. I'm very excited.
We've got Terran and Zerg representation here, and we've got Dan Glam for the occasional Protoss brain. So everyone's covered. Mr. Sleep, since this is your first time on the stream here, we have to sort of interview you here, especially before your match. Did you always play Zerg, or did you try the other two races before deciding on Zerg?
I have never played any race but Zerg unless I misclicked to start a game. So even Brood War was, I started playing Zerg, and I've always played Zerg. Some of the campaigns, I guess, I would have played like some Terran and a little bit of Protoss, but never from the point of view of a regular like multiplayer game. Just Zerg. So I have a vague idea of how the other races work. I would probably be a much better player if I knew more about the other races, but that's where I'm at the level I'm at.
Yeah, that makes sense. You saw one and you knew that what worked for you.
Yeah, it's different, I guess. Folks who play Terran and Protoss, there are some similarities in how the buildings work, and Zerg is just different. And when I have tried to play, off race. It just it's hard to fathom.
Yeah, for sure.
I think it's great that people who play random who can do all 3 races comfortably. I think that's impressive, no matter what level you're at.
Yeah,
Definitely.
that makes sense. The Zerg economy in particular, and just the way you have to like set your control groups up with queens, it's very different. But anyway, we are onto game number 1 here, and I'll start off the player intros. In the bottom right corner, playing for Painforest, Alexa Painforest, we have Shamtu.
All right, and up here in the top left corner, we have playing for the Hatlings, the one, the only, Mr. Centos.
Right. BVT.
Standard openings.
I don't know their relative MMRs, so I don't know if we can expect any sort of shenanigans from either player.
I think Big Tasano was saying just a little bit ago that they're roughly equal.
Yeah, they're both in Diamond 3. So yeah, high Diamond 3, and so it's very even actually.
I think we're going to be in for a good match here.
But yeah, we got it's just most likely just scouting, gonna see each other on the map, and perhaps go to fisticuffs. Oh, just kind of a shoulder check there, just a hey, out of my way.
Fist bump.
Yep.
All right. So the Terran will see the Protoss's natural go down, while it looks like the Protoss will see that there's no natural for the Terran, and it'll be walled up.
Yeah.
There's no natural yet.
Early
looks like he's
Marine.
saving up, but
Gonna do practice
With
his
the reactor.
micro. Yep. He saw the reactor, right? Yeah. So that's gonna. It doesn't give him a whole lot of information, but.
Well, I'm guessing from a Terran perspective, if he saw the reactor, that means that there's no Reaper coming.
Well, no, at least it's delayed. But
Delayed at least, right?
yeah, sometimes people will save up gas and insta-build 2 Reapers.
Okay.
But yeah, it doesn't look like he's.
Nope.
Yeah, because he doesn't have a lot of gas. But yeah, pretty normal setup so far.
Worker count is even, and Shmatu is making sure that no early third is being taken. He's got his SEV watching the corners for any sort of shenanigans. I don't know if he's seen any of Centos's previous games, or Centos has decided to drop some proxies here and there, but it looks pretty standard up to this point.
Yeah, it does. He's Shamtu. So he's got those capital letters. So are we supposed to like bring each one up? Is that how it works?
I said Shmatu. Maybe I think I said that wrong. It is Shamtu.
We like to interpret names on our broadcasts in wildly different ways. But yeah, he's moving up the tech tree pretty fast, which is interesting. Already got his starport almost done. And so yeah.
Well, Hellions coming out.
Actually wondering if he's gonna.
Behind it.
Yeah.
Not really sure what to think about the build coming out of Sham2 right now.
Well, I'm wondering if he's gonna put that tech lab on the starport, but maybe not crank out a BC. But... No.
Yep.
Centos is up in workers now. He's got a 10 worker lead at this point.
He's also down in army.
Yep.
So
Early
it looks like
medevac
Sham2
coming out, along with a couple of Widow Mines. Several Widow Mines, actually. We could be seeing a drop here, I'm assuming.
Quad mine drop. Ooh, this is going to be fun.
Now,
A lot of what it looked like Kuda or Centos did see the medevac move out with that probe.
let's see, he's not moving any. If he does have a pylon in the bottom corner of his base, so hopefully that would allow him to see what's going on.
Yeah, he's
I
gonna.
don't think he saw it because he's actually moving his units in the opposite direction at this point.
He is. Yeah, he has some good observers out on the map and units, but this drop is definitely going to get far. He's probably going to boost here, and just
Yep.
Get to the
Oh, he did.
Oh,
see it.
nice
He does have a
position.
couple of in his base. Good reaction.
yeah, those stalkers going to take the hits, but a lot better than workers.
Oof.
And he took out the
Oh,
who's got to move those probes.
oh,
6
yeah.
probes
Painful.
down there.
Yeah, we see our lost 6 probes, but that's an investment that Sham2's made. He is, as you can see, he's down, and he's worker count 7 workers here. So you make choices in StarCraft. It's all about choices.
He did make a nice multi-prong attack, though. He sort of pulled some of Centos's, but Centos had some units in his base, in his mineral line, so he was aware that I guess something could happen.
Yeah,
Otherwise, looks like some standard defensive play out of Sham too. Just kind of keeping that second base protected up. While it looks like Centos is getting his third now.
yeah. Both players. Seems like the game's slowing down a bit, and players are just really getting their production up. A lot of barracks is coming down, as we see, and getting armory and kind of all his tech tools he needs, concussive shells.
Worker count is flip-flopped.
Yeah. Yeah, he's got that lead, but Terran does have mules, so it's not too far off.
Overpowered, yes.
And they're completely broken.
Yep. Broken mules.
We love it.
Towards the end game, you need that extra supply, right? Just get rid of the SCVs, get your army a little bigger, and just fall down.
Yeah. Well, and you also need to tell the opponent when they should leave the game by dropping the mules.
Yeah.
Centos is getting a really good scout off here. He sees the 3rd command center. He's seeing the reactor on the starport.
Yep.
And that's the end of that imaginary unit.
Both players got pretty good vision. What's going on? But what is that building that Centos has up to the left in the map? Or that's not a building, it's a...
Pylon?
Oh yeah, just pylon.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's got a lead. Centos has a supply lead, as we can see. He's got 15 workers up.
That's
Really
pretty good this early in the game.
Yeah. Yeah, definitely.
And the army count is actually not too bad either. I don't know how the two match off. He's got...
It looks like right now we're at about 60 army, 66 workers for Centos, 56 army, 48 workers for Sham 2. So,
Yeah. I mean, I think the mine drop didn't get him as much value as he would have wanted. But yeah, as we... thank you, Damglan. We see we got the Templar archives. So Centos is going to have pretty much all the ground units available to him now.
Some Vikings coming out now for Sham 2. The imaginary Phoenix not doing much damage.
Those need a buff, if anything.
yep. Just a little bit of extra life, right? Make them live a little longer.
Centos has dropped manor pylons on each of the potential 4th and 5th bases for Sham 2, so he'll at least know when those are being taken or when he's being mined out.
Yep. SCTuesdays cannot, or CEA does not condone such actions as manor pylons, but nevertheless they happen.
Yeah. More than a 20 worker difference now. And the armies are relatively similar.
Yeah, I mean, PVT is interesting. Historically, Terran do not like to take it to the late game because it can be very hard to deal with the Protoss Death Ball as Terran.
Yep.
And so it's interesting. It requires a lot of control and micro to deal with.
Well, the interesting thing, too, is knowing Centos's traditional play and what he seems to be comfortable with. He typically goes air at some point, even if he's not doing it early on. Yeah, so I was just noticing that the lazy probes in the base, he's got one at the north at his natural. He's got 3 probes just sort of checking out the extractor, but not really wanting to go in, which who can blame them? It's dirty in there, it's noisy, and 1 probe just mining like crazy off the other one.
Yeah, it's that's against OSHA to have that many in one line, but yeah, it looks like the armies are posturing. A lot of scans coming down from Sham2 to really, and what he doesn't see, which is smart. He doesn't see the army, so.
So I wonder if Sham2 is coming back. I guess he could have moved out, but
it's one heck of a need to come back though, because Centos really got up there close to the natural.
Yeah, you can't. Terran. You don't want to base trade a Terran, but. So this is a lot of charge lots. Wow. A lot of stalkers laying down. But doesn't have a lot of splash, though.
No, he does not. And the army is starting to favor Sham2.
It sure is, yeah. I mean, bio against no splash units tends to go well for the Terran. Protoss really needs the Colossus or the Storms. And it looked like, did CENTOS just not use the Storm, or was it not available?
I don't know if he had it. I don't know if he had it yet.
Yeah.
So that army craft is now very different.
Looks like Sham2 will move out, try to take out this 4th here, start the base trade cycle.
Yeah, the army, as you can see from the army tab on the bottom, he's just way outnumbered. Has a ton of workers, so if CENTOS really just wants to stall the game, that's what happened. They got EMPs on his Templar.
Okay.
Nicely done by Sham2.
Yeah, and this is looking like it's going to be a tough game.
He probably wants to just give up this base, maybe.
Sham2's army is being replaced just as quickly as it dies off. While CENTOS is still hanging out down in the 20s.
Yeah, he just can't. He can't take this base. You're right. He's got to give it up.
Yep. At this point, even after, and then the drop into the base, that'll hurt. It'll take time for CENTOS to get his units back over. I mean, even losing the drones down there, he still has about a 20 worker lead. I said drones because I always say drones rather than probes, but
same thing, right?
Same thing. His worker dudes.
Worker dudes, yeah. Oh, look at that manor pylon screwing up the plans. Nicely done by CENTOS. Yeah, I gotta say he held that pretty well. It was looking bad, but it's a good reminder of what a strong economy can do, because he was literally about double workers when that attack started, and so was able to respond to the attack.
Yep. But at this point, Sham2 still has quite a bit of army lead here. Still 10 over. CENTOS needing to lick his wounds a little bit. And there goes a warp in right into the mineral line.
Suicide zealot, and he'll disappear.
It was a bold warpin. You gotta really give him that. And so for the next 36 minutes, this SCV will be doing this.
Yeah, SCV is wailing on that pylon with his little fusion cutter.
I mean, it'll go down eventually. We can watch it actually losing little blue sections.
And that is why we need an observer to show us things like that.
So again, CENTOS back up to 81 workers. I mean, he's droned up and ready to go, but his army looks to be a little better position now. But does he see this moving on his 4th again?
Yeah, it looks like he's not. Yeah, saw it, but maybe too late.
There's the Colossus, but the Colossus is on its own.
Yeah, the Colossus is really what he needs.
Damage this time.
Very nice EMPs from Sham2 is softening up this army. He's going to run it on the Colossus.
Yep. But
takes that down. But charge lots are good.
The army is not. Yep.
Wow. Okay.
I was not seeing such a decisive end there.
I didn't think he was that far behind. I guess.
The army count went down to about 33 for Sham2 there, while CENTOS had 60. I'm guessing Sham 2 just figured he couldn't catch back up.
Yeah, his work, his economy was. It seemed like Centos was starting to compound his economic advantage.
Right.
But it was nice. It was hard to tell who was going to win for the whole second half of the game. But yeah.
I'm up in mind. All right, I will join you guys after.
All right. Well, thanks for joining us and good luck.
All right.
Yep. So, heck of a game. I was getting a little worried there for Centos after that first push. It got pretty close.
Yeah, it it looked bad. His army, he really just needed to stall and let his huge economic advantage kind of kick in. And it seemed like Shamtu was he almost broke him, but maybe had to go all in at that moment to kind of finish him off.
Yeah, I think maybe a little bit of difference in the way events planned out when he went up into the main there with those few little marauders. If it went just slightly differently, he might have just ended up snowballing the game his way.
Yeah, exactly. But nicely controlled game by the players. Those were some sick EMPs that went down by Sham2, and also some really nice response times from Centos on those drops in particular. And so yeah, game number 2 will be, we're going a little bit out of order today, but it will be between Mr. Sleep for the Red Hatlings and Tuna for Alexa Painforest. So we have human versus animal.
That we do. A sleepy human at that.
A sleepy human, yeah. That if you're gonna have a human fight a tuna, you got to make sure you've made them drowsy first, right? That makes it more fair.
Mm-hmm.
Unless it were taking place in water.
We're trying to get the which server region we're going to try to get to kind of even up, match a little bit. And these types of highly competitive situations, you don't want to give any one person a ping advantage.
Yep.
Everything's going so fast that, microseconds end up mattering.
Exactly. It doesn't in Starcraft is such a high intensity game with your control that sometimes even a small ping difference can really make a big deal.
Yeah.
But this will be a ZVZ. Again, it'll be on Jagantha limited edition. I like how the Starcraft maps are characterized like car tiers. You got your standard model, your LE, your HE, LX.
Yeah, well, when it comes to Starcraft, I really like my LEs. Not gonna lie.
Yeah, LE's nice.
Nice and balanced and well tuned. Unlike tuna. Last I heard, you can't tuna fish.
No. Oh, I see what you did there. That is where we need your soundboard to come in with some kind of a sound effect to really just hit that home.
Yep. I need to get one of those built in. But yeah.
But we're gonna go ahead and get into game number 2 here. And in the top right corner, our away team today, Alexa Painforest, and it is Tuna.
And all right, down here in the bottom left, playing for the red team, or Hatlings. We have the one, the only Rip Van Winkle himself, Mr. Sleep.
You just heard him casting. Now you get to see him play.
Yep. So I don't know if it was called out yet, but there's a rather significant MMR difference between these two. Tuna is a Masters 3. I saw that, and then Mr. Sleep is a Diamond 3. So there's a whole 2 more tiers in between them.
Yeah, there's about almost 1,000 difference. So yeah, but you know, we have seen plenty of upsets. There was even a few last week, I think, and so.
And it looks like Tuna's going really early aggression here. We have 6 Zerglings out already. Had to be 7. I wonder if he is wondering if there's going to be some early. He's preemptively responding to some potential early aggression from Mr. Sleep.
Yeah, he's wanting to take the initiative here. He's got more Lings streaming in the map and in production. Mr. Sleep prioritizing the Ling speed, but doesn't have many units on the board here.
Here we
if
go.
any, and so
these Lings are about to do it.
the Leroy is out. It is appropriately timed, and you know that is what this build is. So they're putting in a lot of damage on this hatch. Mr. Sleep is going to have to decide if he wants to sack it or not.
Oh, and there goes a group of Lings out for Mr. Sleep. It's now going to be a Ling race. We had the home queen defender here. That may help balance it out a little bit.
Yeah, that queen is pretty powerful early on. And so Mr. Sleep's going to stabilize, and he's got a lot of Lings in production himself to make sure.
And this is going to be rough. He moves out.
Oh man, yeah.
This is going to be.
That queen.
Queen is trying to keep him at home here.
That queen is most likely going to fall. I don't know. He's doing some good micro. Nice position there.
All right,
saved the queen.
And Mr. Sleep's going to try to respond here. I think we're going to see the battle of the Leroy Jenkins.
It's Leroy v. Leroy. Yeah, I don't know. They seem to be pretty evenly matched here, but Mr. Sleep does have speed, which is a big advantage.
That it is. Looks like speed though is coming on the way for Tuna. It is getting close. It's about to even up here, and we're about to have to get into a different state. This game's about to go into mid game.
Yeah, these players, you know, of course, the logical step would be one of them to get Banelings, but they don't have much gas now, so it's going to be Lings all day for a while.
Yep. And Tuna expels another wave, and Mr. Sleep's like, "Yep, okay, it's time. I need to probably step back and defend myself."
Yeah, there goes the Baneling nest, but those aren't going to be online for a while, so Mr. Sleep's going to be in a difficult spot here. Got to keep that queen alive.
Oh, and the queen's about to go down. It's dead.
Yeah.
And Tuna takes the advantage. 22-5. Mr. Sleep.
That's right. He's got a 5-worker lead. There's just not much Mr. Sleep can do, really, other than stall until this spine crawler gets up. But will he have any workers left?
I don't think so. He's 2 workers, 1 worker, no workers. It's over.
And there's the GG. Alexa Painforest ties up the series 1-1 with pretty all-in rush there. I'm not a Zerg player, but that it doesn't get much faster than that.
Nope. That was a 5-minute game right there.
Yeah. The polar opposite of what we had. But
well, that's just disgraceful for someone of that caliber to 12 pool. I mean, come on. Who does that? Who even does that?
And now you have the perfect platform where you get to tell the full story of what happened from your perspective only.
I do. Well, that was interesting. I did not expect to see Lings that quickly out from him.
Yeah, it looked like a 14 pool. I mean, it was almost instant pool from what we could tell.
He I don't even think he made a drone. I think he put his first. I think he 12 pooled.
Oh, okay. 12 pool, yeah.
And yeah, in my case, I was doing a build that I had seen done. I think Scarlet had done it in one of their against Rogue, where it's a 14 gas, 13 pool, and then a 12 hatch. And so if you're not scouting, you don't notice the fact that if you see just the hatch down, you assume that it's just a normal build. But in this case, it's not. But he did the one thing that was more aggressive, which was a 12 pool. So
yeah, I know it was looking good that you saved the hatch. Because that was looking rough in the beginning. And then your queen, you almost lost the queen, but then you got it in a really nice position to keep it alive. Yeah. And then you had speed and he didn't. But I guess it didn't matter because he ended up having some more drones.
He had did he have more workers than me? I think he probably did.
Yeah. You had 9, but well after the first attack you had 9 and he had 14.
Yeah, and he had more than one queen, which he was able to block his ramp, which if he hadn't been able to do that, I probably could have gotten into his base and done some economic damage, because at that point, the hatch takes a long time to take down. And yeah, it's that was good. No, he played it well.
Yeah. Well, now you get to root your team on going forward, and we have the third game of the day, which is between Cephalopod from the Red Hatlings and Bleaton Gordy.
Bleaton Gordy.
Bleaton Gordy. It's just, some people like to put their full name on the internet, some don't. But
I don't know. Yeah, I see bleating and I think like a goat bleeding. Like,
I see.
I want to take a moment to go ahead and do your intros.
Well, you take it away. Who do we have in the top right corner?
Top right corner, we have the blue Terran from Amazon, Bleaton Gordy.
And down here in the bottom left corner, we have the Zerg for the Red Hatlings, the one, the only Cephalopod.
I was going to take a moment to point out how nice the graphics are for the different. Of course, this is all for charity, and you can see on the graphics on the screen that you're looking at the different charities that each of the teams are playing for. Give Well and Doctors Without Borders for Red Hat, and Give Well for Amazon.
That's right. Yeah, that is a good point, and that is because our damn Glenn got those logos mod all set up, and he works to make sure that that's available on stream. Because that is the whole point. That is why we're here, to raise money for charity. And play Starcraft,
And play Starcraft.
Yeah.
This stream wouldn't be what it is without the amazing damn Glam and his behind-the-scenes production.
That's right. Maybe he'll make a cameo appearance here on the cast, but he's very busy at the moment. So, which is why he's showing us that we have 8lings in production, and we have and speed. So that SCV is gonna see what's coming to him. He is fully walled, so probably not a whole lot he can get done.
No. Although there is a Reaper rather than a Marine, so that Overlord will provide some decent scouting.
Yeah, for sure. And these players, we like to tell people. The player, I don't know what. Patrick is probably around 4,000 or so level player, right?
Yes,
Yeah,
I think so.
and so this player is around 3,100. So we do have the larger gap on the Red Hat side in this game.
It's the exact opposite of the previous game, where a poor Red Hatter had to face off against a strong Masters level.
Yeah, and that makes it fair, right? Each player gets one roll of floor stomp.
Absolutely.
But just a bunch of lings here hitting the depots.
Yep.
Yeah, I don't know if he might have been distracted by that Reaper, because the Lings were not going to get through there, and there was a Marine on the other side of the wall picking them off. So
The Marine got there just in time, it looked like. Stave off that first round. But
Yeah, this
everything's quietening down a little bit. Looks like they're just content on getting their builds going. We do have a siege tank coming out, so Cephalopod has a limited amount of time here to do something before this Terran becomes well defended.
well, the Terran can't move out yet. He's got his command center up on the high ground, but those Lings are just waiting for something to drop down. Up. So Bleatin' Gordy feels he has enough Marines to push those Lings back, and now that Overlord will no longer be able to provide a view.
It will get hidden in time. Oh, it gets hidden in time.
It does make it to our favorite spot, the perf perch. Oh,
It wasn't quite hidden.
oh, okay. Yeah, that is not possible on this map. So we have it's a much more progressive map, and that's a good thing. So, but yeah, this I don't know, this game looks like we're moving into the mid game here. Look who we got on the production tab, Patch.
Looks like one of those reactor things.
Oh yeah, I see it. It took me a minute to recognize it, but it's definitely a fusion core. It looks like Bleatin' Gordy is going to go for BCs.
This is a great scout from Cephalopod. Look at that, right over the back of the base. He must have, I don't know if he knew from having seen this, some replays or something, but he's going to spot this and know exactly what's coming.
That's right. It looks like it looks like he started the layer the moment he saw it, which is very wise.
Yeah.
And probably going to be throwing down a couple of spores as well, if he doesn't already have them, but I don't think he does. Yeah. Hellions try to poke in.
They poke in, they see that, there really wasn't a reason to stay, and they tried to get home. These Lings will try to blink him off here. Don't think they'll get enough damage before he got home.
Lings and Hellions. Go ahead.
Six spores are in place. Oh, and he just canceled his lair on the bottom right as it was finishing up. So that'll put him back. Ouch.
Yeah. Looks like canceled the first. Well, he does have a lot of spores, as we said, so he should be okay. But yeah, he canceled the wrong one.
Yep. Well, the one of them was almost done. That was the one at his natural. So he has 4 spores at his natural, or 4 spores at his main, 2 at his natural, and then another 2 at his third. So
that's right. Yeah. Pretty significant worker lead for the Zerg player, but normal in this stage of the game. A bunch of Hellions are coming in on the third base, trying to see if they can even that out. You get spotted by the Lings.
Yeah, Cephalopod does not have much of an army here.
He does not. But it does a quick work with cleaning up a lot of it.
And there's your first BC.
That's BC, and man, that is not the spot you want to warp that thing in. Under spores.
Yeah, he does get a queen down, and he takes care of some of the Lings. The army count here is not looking that great, because Cephalopod does have the worker lead.
And he does have a spire on the way, halfway done.
Yeah, of course, the best counter to BCs is Corruptors. and so he's going to go. But it does look like a transition into mech, which is the wise thing to do as the Terran when you're not going all in here. But how is he going to catch up in this worker lead is the real question.
Yeah, 20 workers. I mean, I know for Terran, dropping mules sort of equalizes some of that, but I don't know if it equalizes 20 workers.
Yeah, I don't think so. Continuing to make a lot of Hellions, a couple of Cyclones, which is always good to see. But, needs to get Blue Flame. Kind of surprised he hasn't gotten it yet.
Yeah, that's going to be a rather crucial component there. Especially
He's sending in some lings here and there, but some of the SCVs are being taken out by cannon or by tank fire on the high ground.
And yeah, something really kicked in for Cephalopod. He is now overtaken the army supply, and the mutas are out.
Oh. They're ignoring the battle cruisers, heading straight to the SCVs.
To get the econ done, damage done. Really do more damage to these worker counts. Stops to focus on that tech lab to try to prevent. Yeah, he gets it and he flies back away. A good amount of these.
Wasn't researching anything, but does disable his ability to make those battle cruisers. And these mutas are just finding nice spots to pick off damage.
Yeah.
Really abuse the mobility of the mutas. No reason to fight the BCs when you don't have to.
Nope. Those are some really expensive cyclones there, and taking out some more of the workers. 28 workers killed, 9 at this point. 33, 34, 36. Worker count killed just keeps going up and up. Is really doing some major damage to the eco.
Is really snowballing now. A lot of mutas.
Okay, there's enough mutas now to actually take on the battle cruisers.
Interesting, because you would have thought that the corruptors would have been the first choice, but I guess he realized that there were not enough battle cruisers on the field to make it worth getting corruptors at that point.
Yeah, it looks like he prioritized ground damage and maneuverability, and boom, there goes
worked out.
GG.
Yeah, that will make the match 2-1 in favor of Red Hat. That does put them at match point.
Been a great series so far. A lot of close games, a lot of good back and forth.
Yeah, I know. They're especially that second game, lots and lots of back and forth. Second game. Sorry, I just had to say it. But
back and forth. Actually, it was one back and forth. Him to my base, and that was it.
You got into his base for a little bit. You put him
That's true. I was in his base for momentarily.
Yeah. Hey, considering the difference in league level, it did not look that way at all.
Right. But looks like we're gonna have a little bit more of a delay here. We're gonna have to switch over to the Eastern server.
Yeah, we have a Euro. Cyril is playing from Europe, and so that's why we're just trying to make sure it's as fair as possible. So that's why the players will go to East. And this will be our could be the last match of the day if Cyril wins it. But we will point out that there is a significant but not a huge MMR difference between the players. I think Cyril is in the our lobby invite is going out. Thank you. And Cyril is, I believe, in the low. Mr. Sleep, he's like low 4,000 or so, maybe.
I think so. Yeah. I was trying to find him. He's not online now, but I think that's about where he is.
And so the Alexa Painforest player is around 4,700. So. Yeah, and so our final match of the day again will be. Oh, sorry, not
could
yeah.
Title match.
Yeah.
Potential. And I would suspect that Sarah would play we would play the extra game if he does not take this one.
Yeah, that you're due now though. So, if it comes to the ace match, you might have to throw your hat in the ring.
No, I think Cyril's MMR is that much higher. I think he's got another 800 on me.
Okay, guys. For me, I've got a hard out at 3, so I will be leaving you as a caster. Thank you guys for having me. It's been fun.
Yeah.
Good talking to you, Patch.
Good to have you back. And yeah, take care, man.
All right, guys. See y'all next time.
All right. So I don't know if Cyril, or Thrall as he's known in the game, was in a they have him listed as a Protoss, but he's saying that he's Zerg, so I have no idea.
Yeah. Interesting.
This is precisely why I am not a team captain.
You are required to list, aren't you?
Yes.
Yeah. We have listed as Protoss.
Okay, so there is map swapping that goes on, and again, I don't pay much attention to it because it's rare that there's a map that the nuances escape me, so I don't typically worry about what map I'm playing on. But I guess some of the better players do, and it looks like one of those maps was swapped out. But so this might be throwing Cyril off a little bit, or I'm sure he was preparing to play a Protoss, and now he's playing a Zerg.
Yeah.
We'll see a test of his ZVZ at this point.
Yeah.
Which I have faced his ZVZ, and he does quite well.
I was gonna say, yeah, he's in the EU where you don't get better ZVZ than that. It seems with Cyril.
That's true.
And Raynor, and those folks, but yeah, it looks like we're just getting those final details worked out, and we will bring you that the fourth match of the day on Lightshade.
Yeah, he's well. Yeah, he's a Diamond Protoss player. Shockwave is, but a Master Zerg. So yes, I would imagine that he probably wants to play as a Zerg.
Yeah, I was hoping to see his EVP. Didn't get to see that yet today, but some more ZVZ is good too.
Maybe Cyril will show us how the Scarlet build should work.
Yeah, I heard that. I heard of that game. I haven't got a chance to watch it, but it looked interesting. But yeah, we are into game number 4. We will start off with playing for Alexa Painforest. Today it is Shockwave.
And in the top left corner in red for Red Hat, it is Cyril. And as predicted, Cyril is he is doing that. Well, actually, maybe not. He's not doing the exact same build, but he is taking an early gas, and he slapped down an early pool as well. So he will definitely be on the aggressive side. Shockwave going for more of a standard build with a hatch first.
That's right. Yeah. This looks a bit similar to your game, but flipped. Or maybe it's not as fast.
He's made more drones at this point. The other build was essentially you simply stop droning after you have 12. You go up to 14 and then you just stop, and then everything after that is just lings. But here he's getting quick speed. He's not taking his drones off of gas, which means I would suspect we'll see banelings quickly from Cyril.
Yeah, it does look like that way. That would certainly make sense. And yeah, as you said, the Baneling nest is gone down now. Has it nicely positioned there to block as well. And we'll see what he wants to do with that. I imagine he's going to be turning a few of those into Banes as soon as he can.
Yeah. So Shockwave has seen this, or if he's looking at his map, he will have seen them because they ran right by his Overlord. The hatchery pops, and he's not really reacted. No spine. Oh, now he's reacting. He's pulling drones, but there was no spine or anything in his main. And now the spine crawler goes down. And there's some Banes being morphed just out of sight, just down the ramp from his natural.
Yeah, he probably does not know about those. Maybe he has an instinct it's coming, but it's gonna make the fight a lot harder for Shockwave here.
Absolutely. Oh, and the drones are getting.
Oh,
he missed that. Boy, he came close there.
Oh man, yeah, a lot of red health drones here though.
Oh, that's a good 8 connection. More drones there. But what's coming up behind now? The worker count is very similar here. And there's an extra base from which Shockwave can make units.
Exactly.
So he can't move into his base because there's a spine crawler there. Although I don't know if it can. Yep, he's moving it down on the lower ground.
He's got to do everything he can because that is his big advantage, having that hatch. And down it goes. So very good for Cyril. Only 1 worker difference, and now he doesn't have a hatch. So
Cyril also has speed. Speed is just starting for Shockwave, just starting now. Shockwave is floating over 200 gas, so it's a distraction. It's a distraction to get all that sort of aggression right at the beginning of the game.
Definitely, it does force a cancel on those Banes. Tried to get that Overlord. It does get his Queen a bit too far out and loses it. That's not good either for him. But probably not much Cyril can get done just yet without those Banelings.
Yep. More morphing. Let's see.
Shockwave doesn't even have a Baneling nest, right?
Nope. And the speed is only halfway done. He's got no Baneling nest. As I said, he's floating 300. He's not taking any drones off of gas. Again, that type of aggression will throw you. So he's been mining gas the whole time. And this is a big...
Targets the spine crawler. That's interesting.
Yeah. More drones coming in. He's canceled. He might have this.
Yeah, he's got his own hatch coming down now. I guess, I mean, the longer he kind of keeps them in this position, the better.
Absolutely. There's no... Now, I'm sure Cyril is thinking that there must be a spine back here, but there is none. So he can just micro around. And then the Banes are coming in. There's no Queen to stop this. And that was it. Beautiful game. Well played. Well played.
Yeah, he was really... I guess he was really trying to hold on to those minerals to get his hatch as soon as possible. But he needed to get that Queen and spine.
Absolutely.
Well, there we go. We were just saying earlier that sometimes you get surprises, and the player who's on paper not the favorite pulls out a nice build and gets the win. And that will make it 3-1 for the Red Hatlings today, and that will give them the match.
Good games, entertaining games.
Yeah, for sure. So I don't imagine we're gonna play they usually don't play the ace, right? Just to play it. But
not the ace, I don't think.
Yeah. Sometimes the 4th.
Yes, they will play the 4th on occasion. And I don't know if it has any implications for the standings. But
I don't think it does. No. Of course how much you win or lose by matter, but once you've won, or once you've got the 3-0, yeah. Yeah, that will be it for today. That gives, again, Red Hatlings come out ahead, and correct me if I'm wrong, that brings the score to 3-3, right?
I believe so. I believe that's where we're at right now.
There we go. So yeah, got the 500 record back, and put them in a nice position at the halfway point about of the league season. So
no games next
right?
week.
No games next week. Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
I think they're off next week. So yeah.
Well, we will be back in 2 weeks, and Dan Clem, anything you want to add? Think of the games today.
Entertaining. So always good to see that. Quick matches for some of them, some longer ones. So good mix of everything. Always keeps me happy. Things to watch, things to learn. Always more Starcraft to watch and play.
That's right.
Thanks for having me.
Yeah, glad you got to join the cast today, and let's do it again.
Sounds good.
Thanks everyone for watching.